finding out that you're low or even out of stock a day or even a day off the event can cost you dearly, which is why we've got in quote stock warnings that's going to alert you of any shortages throughout the buying journey. So from quote to updated quote to invoice and then also to confirmed. And I'm going to show you these stock warnings in just a second. What I wanted to show you first was a couple cool things that are kind of related in the event details section. So when you're first building a quote, and that is one, the distance to the event, because it's it's annoying doing a quote and then finding out they're too far away. So that's linked to Google Maps. So as soon as you put in the address, the system's going to find out how far it is from your yard, either in kilometers or miles, depending where you are in the world. But also when we put in the date, the system's going to tell me how many bookings and quotes I have on that date range. So it's not as accurate as a stock report, which I'm going to show you in a second, but at a very easy base level, you're going to know straight away how far away the job is, but also how busy or potentially busy you're going to be. And if I want, I can actually go into a report, which will give me a summary of what those customers have hired and what they've booked. But let's jump into the quote and go through the stock warnings within it. So here is a stock warning for a tent and also a dance floor. So that's showing you stock works at a component level for any product: floors, linings, dance floors, packages. And then here is a stock warning for a chair. So we'll go into the chair first because it's slightly easier. Okay, so here is the issue. We have 550 crossbacks, we have 590 booked, and 5 of them are quarantined. So if I click customers, I can see what's happening. So here are the customers that have booked. And also we've got some that are damaged. So quarantine basically means if an equipment comes back damaged or it's been stolen, you're going to replenish it quite soon, you can temporarily remove it from stock until it comes back into stock. So there we go, we've got 5 damaged. We've also got all these customers that have booked. So I can't do crossbacks. I could obviously sub-hire the chairs in. The system will never prevent you from booking in an event if you don't have equipment, because you can sub-hire, you can buy, whatever it might be. So what I'm going to do instead, though, is see if we have any other chairs available. So let's go into categories and search for chair, and I can see I've got Chivari's chair. Chivari's available. I don't have to cross back because we already know. I've got benches and so on. So instead of me subbing in more chairs, I could just potentially ask the customer and see if they would like to book other chairs that we have. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is look at the stock warning for the ClearSpan. So the stock works at a unit level, but also a component level. And by the way, it works for every single tent type, not just frame tents or ClearSpans. It works for teepees, stretch tents, pagodas, even bespokely built tents, like anything, as well as, like I said earlier, floors, linings, and so on. So this is an example of components that would be allocated to a frame tent. We would, of course, allocate the components that you have in your descriptions. We've got the walls, we've got the triangles, and so on. So there's some issues here. So what I'm going to do is click shortages to see what the issue is. So we're out of base plates, we're out of legs, we're out of roof beams. So there's a few things I could do. I could maybe make the tent smaller, but from the quantities not available, that's probably not going to make a difference. I can see which customers have booked. Maybe I can make some changes. I can search for a different tent like I did for the chairs up here. I could search for like a sale tent, for example, or I could just look at another weekend. So let's look at the 26th. Okay, so we haven't got anything on the 2nd, but we do have availability on the 26th. In fact, we've got no bookings yet on that date whatsoever. So I know I could call this customer up and put a bit of pressure on, not too much pressure, but say, look, if you want to book with us, we're fully booked on the 2nd, but we've got a lot of availability on the 26th, but I recommend you book soon because we book up fast. So that is just one of our stock warnings and our stock reports or inventory reports that we have on the system. If you want to find out more about not just the in-quote warnings, but all of our reports, please get in touch.